Abby is going viral once again for not a good reason. If you don't remember, the last time Matt went viral, it was because he said that Father's Day was too close to his birthday, so they were going to be celebrating it months later. And then he made Abby feel bad because the year before, his birthday was on the same day as Father's Day, and she just combined both things, you know, together, and he wanted separate celebrations for his birthday and Father's Day. It went viral. Anyway, so now he's gone viral because he said he's launching his own podcast without her. And the way that he's like baiting everyone to go listen to his podcast is he opens it by saying that him and Abby are no longer sleeping in the same bed. He is sleeping in the closet.
Matt and Abby have found themselves in yet another controversy after Matt's recent post. Matt revealed that he's starting a new podcast called Night Shift, and what better way to promote it than to send the internet into a frenzy. In the video, Matt shared that he took the mattress out of their guest room and put it in their closet, and he's been sleeping there. He also shared that his wife Abby isn't happy with this arrangement, but he said it's for his mental health. People also noticed that in Matt's videos, he is no longer wearing his wedding band.
Brace yourself for this one. Matt and Abby are getting called out hard. More and more influencers are speaking up, mocking their so-called content, and exposing what fans have suspected for a while now, that this couple thrives on rage bait. They don't just share their life online, they weaponize it. From awkward podcast clips to tone-deaf parenting posts, people are realizing this isn't random. It's calculated. And then came the bombshell. But it gets worse. In their latest podcast, the Unplanned podcast, they tried defending themselves, but ended up confirming what critics have been saying for months. Every time one scandal dies down, they're back with another wild post. Abby once said she doesn't even use social media anymore because the backlash is so intense. But that just made people ask, is Matt doing this all on purpose? That's just the beginning. Here's where the mask falls off. These two didn't start as villains. During the pandemic, they blew up for dancing videos and marriage talk. But now, it's chaos. They've shifted into parenting content, oversharing every emotional meltdown and awkward fight like it's just another relatable moment. But people aren't buying it. It spirals from here, and then total chaos.
For his mental health. Listen, I know a lot of couples that don't sleep in the same bed, so I'm not, ragging on them for that. I know, what works for people works for people. But people are like, why are you in the closet? And you saying that sleeping in the closet is somehow better for your mental health than sleeping in the same bed as your wife. Like, that's the part that everyone is finding so offensive here. And they are always calling him out because they feel like everything he says just like hurts Abby's feelings. Like the time he told her it didn't feel the same after their baby. Like publicly on the podcast, he said this, like for the world to know. And I'll never forget that. But yeah, that's the latest on Matt and Abby.
Fans say Matt's chasing controversy for clout, while Abby just looks humiliated in the background. She's admitted the hate scares her offline, yet their videos keep getting worse. Viewers now wonder if Matt's the mastermind behind the drama, dangling their relationship like bait for clicks. But things were about to explode. Now here's where it gets insane. There was a time when people adored them. Young love, new babies, honest parenting. But now, even that charm is gone. Their content reeks of manipulation. People believe every post is a trap, designed to trigger outrage and make money off backlash. And it's working. The drama only gets deeper. But this next twist? Game-changing. Fellow influencers Maya and Hunter dropped a TikTok that had everyone talking. Fans immediately connected the dots. This was shade, and it was brutal. One comment summed it up perfectly. Maybe if you don't want millions of people telling you to leave your husband, don't post him acting like a monster.
So we normally don't make videos like this or have to take accountability for our actions as parents, but we are losing YouTube subscribers. So we take our role as parents on the internet very seriously, and we just got back from a 7-day cruise with Abby's extended family. And Abby posted to her social media photos of us leaving the kids, our 1-year-old, kids, babies, our 1-year-old and 2-year-old alone in the stateroom.
I know that I said we were at family dinner with my entire family while the kids were in the stateroom sleeping alone, and we were watching them from the monitors. There was somebody in the room watching them. we would never, ever, ever leave them attended to.
No, it's unattended. It's unattended.
And just like that, the internet turned sharper than ever. Here's where the truth hits hard. But this next twist? Game-changing. One comment hit like a gut punch. Maybe instead of defending your husband's toxic behavior, try listening to the people who actually want what's best for you. The message was loud and clear, and fans knew exactly who it was about. Matt and Abby didn't need to be named. The internet was already pointing fingers. That's when everything unraveled. It gets worse. A viral TikTok asked the question everyone was thinking: are Matt and Abby rage-baiting or just clueless? The creator admitted they used to love the couple during the pandemic. But now? They couldn't stand to watch. One comment said it best: "This cannot be real." And for a lot of people, it feels like Abby is trying to save face while Matt runs wild. The real chaos starts here.
It's super embarrassing, but I've been sleeping in our walk-in closet for the past month now. This is our guest bedroom mattress that I dragged all the way from our guest bedroom into here, and my wife's not a huge fan of this arrangement. Obviously, I don't know a spouse that would be stoked. This decision that I made was something I had to do just to prioritize my mental health, because I was not okay. I was really struggling. I was feeling awful, and that's why I'm here.
Here's where the
Secrets
truth hits hard. People aren't confused anymore. They're concerned. Abby looks like she's trying to sell the image of a perfect couple, while Matt's out here baiting controversy like it's his full-time job. One fan said, Matt has issues. Abby doesn't run the page, he does. And with every misstep, that theory gains weight. Just wait until you hear this part, and it gets even messier. This isn't the couple fans fell in love with. Back then, it was dancing in Hawaii. Now it's rage bait disguised as honesty. Viewers believe Matt is spiraling, and he's not even trying to hide it. Abby, meanwhile, seems to be covering for him, trying to make his behavior look less toxic. But instead of working, it's exposing just how far gone things are. This part left everyone stunned. But that's not all. They were recently guests on Ginger and Jeremy's podcast. Yes, that Ginger from the Duggar family. On the show, Matt and Abby finally admitted it. They've made serious mistakes. They talked about oversharing, about airing fights, about broadcasting moments they now regret. Abby said they're trying to pull back, think twice, maybe not post until they've healed. But for many fans, it's too little, too late. Things went downhill fast. And then, total chaos. They admitted they used to post daily, with zero boundaries. Matt even brought up the time he got slammed for how he acted after Abby gave birth to their second child. Fans were disgusted. He said he didn't talk to her for days. And instead of reflecting on it, he posted it online like it was nothing. Brace yourself for this one. It turns darker from here. Now they claim to have a system for what they post. They say they have open dialogue, that they review things before uploading, that they've grown. But even that sounds rehearsed, like a carefully scripted PR cleanup. Fans aren't seeing change, they're seeing excuses. It goes completely off the rails now. Here's where the mask falls off.
I am consistently haunted by the presence of Matt and Abby on the internet. I run into their content all the time, despite not following them. A lot of the people that I follow chat about them. And so I have unwillingly learned a lot about them. And granted, I did follow them up until the birth of their first child because I thought they were like a cute young couple. And then as soon as they became parents, that's when it really was like downhill. It went downhill for me. Every time I hear Matt promoting his music and talking about his music, and anytime I hear anything about Matt Howard and his music, I think to myself, that man would leave his wife in an instant if he got super famous and was like a famous musician or even relatively successful. If he saw his music spark and turn into something, they would get a divorce for sure.
Matt straight up admitted on the podcast that after Abby gave birth, he barely spoke to her for 2 whole days. Why? because he was mourning his career goals. Let that sink in. While Abby was healing, emotional, and physically exhausted, Matt was sulking about his dreams being delayed. He called it his version of baby blues. But things were about to explode. This part left everyone stunned. He said he didn't want to bring her down, so he just stayed silent. But Abby broke down right there, saying it was the silence that did bring her down. She had intense needs. She just gave birth, and her husband disappeared into his own head, pouting about goals while she suffered in silence. It turns darker from here. But then everything changed. Instead of comforting her, Matt admitted he felt stuck and mad. Not mad at her, mad that his big dreams had to wait. Like parenting was some punishment. Meanwhile, Abby was trying to keep it together, physically nursing a newborn and getting ignored, and he said it only lasted a day. Abby corrected him. 2 days. The drama only gets deeper.
Whatever it is, because I think it's good to be vulnerable. I mean, I feel like that word is overused in a way, but like the sense that like we're not putting on any kind of front, and like we're not also going to. Social media gets criticized a lot for being like, you know, highlights reel. So you have to do that, find that balance there.
Yeah.
And but also there's like certain times where it's like, okay, if you're
One of my regrets was we had, like, we basically publicly talked about an argument we had in our marriage right after the birth of our second child. And I like, there's things that I did then that I like regret. And also just perception can get so messy when people are like, the he said, she said thing happens, and then something that you did can turn into something that's way bigger than it actually was.
It didn't end there. That podcast moment turned into one of the most hated clips in their entire saga. Fans were horrified. Abby was left abandoned after birth, while Matt spiraled into a pity party. And then they uploaded it, as if it were just relatable content. And then, total chaos. Brace yourself for this one. People were furious. Comment sections exploded. "She just gave birth and you were mad about your career?" one person wrote. It felt selfish, cold, and disturbingly tone-deaf. Viewers weren't just shocked, they were disgusted. This was the moment many stopped seeing Matt as clueless and started seeing him as dangerous. The real chaos starts here. Now here's where it gets insane. Even Matt and Abby seemed to realize how bad it looked. They hinted that maybe it was a mistake to share it publicly. But by then, the damage was done. The internet had seen it, processed it, and dragged them for it. And for many, this was the final straw. It spirals from here. This is where it all falls apart. Matt confessed that he regrets sharing their marriage fight right after Abby gave birth. But it wasn't just the fight. It was how he handled it. Cold, careless, and public. He admitted there were things he said that now haunt him. But instead of taking real responsibility, he blamed it on perception. As if fans were the ones twisting things. But things were about to explode. The drama only gets deeper. That wasn't the only red flag. Matt once referred to Abby's C-section as cheating birth. Then, on another episode, he talked about how things felt different during sex after childbirth. Viewers were speechless. It wasn't just awkward, it was cruel. Abby's body had been through trauma, and Matt joked about it like it was no big deal. Brace yourself for this one. Now here's where it gets insane. People couldn't believe what they were hearing. These weren't moments of vulnerability, they were moments of humiliation. And Matt said them with a straight face. Fans started questioning, is this even real? Or are they rage baiting for views? But honestly, some said they'd rather it be fake, because if this is real, it's worse. This part left everyone stunned. It didn't end there. Now Matt and Abby are hinting that they've learned from their mistakes, that maybe the scandals will slow down, that they'll be more careful. But people are skeptical, because for every promise they've made in the past, there's been another viral meltdown right after. It goes completely off the rails now, but then came the bombshell. Despite all the backlash, they do book major guests on their podcast. That's what frustrates fans the most. They have the platform, they have the audience, They don't need to create chaos to stay relevant, but Matt keeps choosing the mess. It turns darker from here, and that's when the tables turned. For a lot of fans, this wasn't entertainment anymore. It was painful. Abby looks like she's stuck in damage control, while Matt is chasing controversy like it's clout currency. If they want to turn things around, they'll need more than regrets. They'll need a complete reset. There's no way back from this, and the world knows it now.